right? So thanks, thank you, I am thankful. So in the chat, write down, what are you thankful for? Okay, so that's the other one. What are you thankful for? I'm going to give you a few options and then you can give me some more details. Okay, what are you thankful for? So I'm thankful for my family, my job, my health, right? My spirituality. So, what are you most thankful for? Now, I know what you're thinking. All of you say all of them. That's your favorite answer, is all of them. You can't choose. But here you need to choose one. What are you most thankful for? All right, Giannis here from the Czech Republic. Welcome to all our Czech friends. David from Hungary as well. A lot of nice people in the chat. I think I said hello to everyone. So, what are you most thankful for? So, most people are either family or health. Right. So, those are great things to be thankful for. Lil is thankful for her family. Fantastic. Thankful for. So today we're going to talk about being thankful. Today we're going to talk about Thanksgiving, where you give thanks, right? Because it is a great practice that will yield great results. Now, if you are here, welcome. This is the best way to learn English. We have these classes every single day to build the best community and the best program the internet has to offer. Right, it's going to be amazing. Definitely join the program. Look at this. I hope you're not hungry because this will make you very, very hungry. All right, so it's called Thanksgiving. No, it's the Thanksgiving meal, right? Thanksgiving is always on a Thursday, and we have 28 days in a month. Every year, Thanksgiving is on a different day, but it's always the last Thursday in November. It's always the last one, or the fourth Thursday in November, right? So here, when you say that Thanksgiving, when you're talking about the past and you're talking about when it started, do you say Thanksgiving date back? Thanksgiving dating back? Thanksgiving was dating back? Or Thanksgiving dates back? Which expression is correct when you're saying that, when you're speaking about the past? Yes, exactly. So potato says, don't eat me. Don't eat potatoes. Don't eat potatoes, guys. Okay. He says, eat rice. Don't eat potatoes. All right. Well, yes, Black Friday. We're going to talk a little bit about Black Friday, but tomorrow you will have a full lesson about Black Friday. So definitely come to Anais's class tomorrow. She has a great lesson prepared for you. It's going to be amazing. You're going to love it. So definitely put your alarm. If you like Black Friday, come to tomorrow's lesson. I'm going to give you a couple expressions related to it, but tomorrow's lesson is going to be only about Black Friday. Okay, so yeah, Maria, well, you need to contact support. They will help you to figure out what's wrong. So you can only have one lesson a day, which if you have premium, you should have unlimited, right? So maybe make sure that you're signed in, Maria. Or sometimes people have a different email address, or you're signed in with a different user, Or sometimes you're not signed in. So Monly says, oh, you're a new user. You are a free user, but you're a premium user. So you need to make sure that your profile is right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So here, Thanksgiving dates back to what period? The holiday dates back to, I'm going to give you a few dates. 1821, 1721, 1621, or 1521. Guess which date? When it started, the original one, the original Thanksgiving celebration, right? So is it 1821? So about 200 years ago, maybe 1721, about 300 years ago, 1621, 400 years ago, or 1521, 500 years ago. All right, so that is amazing. That is amazing. All right, so let's see. So yes, exactly. Everyone is special, guys. Everyone is special. Everyone is going to make it. We're all going to make it. We're all champions. Remember, the good thing about our community is that everyone's a champion. Everyone in class is number one. If you are here in class, you are number one. But this is the secret. Everyone is number one. We don't have number two. We don't have number threes. Number twos, number threes, number fours, number 500 doesn't exist. Right? So that's the key right there. So 42%. Oh, wow. We have a lot of experts, a lot of history experts in the chat. So join the community because you get to interact with experts, right? Okay, JJ. Well, I'll let the team know. I'll let the IT guys know that you need some help. Okay? So I'll tell them that you are experiencing some issues and that they need to offer you support, right? So, very good over here. So, 1621 was the original one, right? So, Common is getting ahead of it, right? Because he's an expert. So, he's giving you, right? He's jumping forward. But I will cover that. I will cover the 1863 element later on, right? Yes, exactly. So, thanks to Wikipedia. Thank you, Wikipedia, for all that information. I'm going to cover it here. So, no worries. If you are confused, no worries. Now, what do you call the original, right? The original people in North America. So, of course, it's an American Thanksgiving is an American tradition, right? Do you call them Indians? Do you call them Aborigines? Do you call them Aztecs? Or do you call them Native Americans? Right, so what do you call the original people of North America? Remember, I'm North American. I was born in the United States. But if you look back if you look back in time and you see where my lineage comes from, then you will see that I have roots in Europe. So we are not the original people of North America. Some Native American. So North America. So of course, this is a very controversial topic because people do say Indians, but technically they're not Indians. Indians are from India. But they're called Indians because, well, the conquistadors said, "Oh, well, these guys are Indians, right? We arrived. This is India." But it's not India. It's a different continent. So, but people do say Indians, but it's not politically correct, right? It's not politically correct. Indians are from India. I love India. Nice people. But Indians, it's a different continent there, right? They thought they arrived in India, correct, Sanya? Now, Aztecs, well, the Aztecs were a specific group of people. They were in North America, but they were one of many. There were many, many different tribes, many empires, really. The Aztecs were just one. The best term is Native Americans, right? Native Americans. And then the Europeans who moved to America are called what? Are they called pilgrims? Are they called journeymen? Are they called travelers? Or are they called conquistadors? All right. So, what do you call the Europeans who moved to North America? Yes, exactly. So, potato, you love potatoes because your name is Potato. You also know a lot about potatoes because your name is Potato. And you're correct. The potatoes were originally from America. That is true. Yes. Very good. Very good. Great questions here. Yes, great questions. And so, yeah, I would say they were empires common. I wouldn't say they were states. I would say they were empires. Yeah, the Aztec Empire. It's true. So, yeah, they had, as far as we know, there were tribes, a lot of tribes. And then in central, but technically Mexico is North America. It's not Central America. People think Mexico is Central America, but Mexico is considered North America. And the Aztec Empire was in North America, was in present-day Mexico. So technically it's not Central America. Technically it's North America, but you're right. It was an empire. And then you also had some smaller ones, right? Some smaller tribes, some nomadic tribes, hundreds of them, hundreds and hundreds of them. And then you have the Incas in present day Peru, which is South America. So this one is interesting because most people said conquistadors, right? Conquistadors. So the conquistadors were the conquerors. It's a Spanish word. Conquistar means conquer, but we use this name conquistador. So conquistador were the conquerors, but they were not necessarily the people who moved there. The people who moved there were just normal people who were not there for the gold. They were not there to fight. They were not there to conquer. the land. They were there to move. They wanted to escape Europe and build a new life there. They were the pilgrims, right? Make sure that you get premium so that you can join us regularly. Well, settlers is more general, common. Yeah, that's a more general term, but we call them the pilgrims, are the ones who moved mostly in the 17th century in America, right? Those were the ones. Settlers is more general. It's also correct, right? It can also be correct, but this brand of settlers are the pilgrims. Native Americans. Ooh, Damien is from Poland. Ooh, Polska. Very nice. Very, very nice. Now, we've been talking about this, right? This is harvest season. Right? Harvest season is ending. This is technically the end of harvest season. Now, Thanksgiving, the name comes from the harvest. If you have a good harvest or a harvest that it was where you got a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, a lot of grain, would you say a beautiful harvest, a dutiful harvest, a bountiful harvest, or a fillful harvest? This is a harvest that gave you a lot. Because you need to understand that, in the past, especially in North America, winters were very, very hard back then. And you needed enough food to survive. So you needed to have a good harvest season. You needed to make sure that you had enough food, enough grain, a lot of fruits and vegetables, a lot of meat, a lot of wood, right, for the fire. So you needed to make sure that you had a very good harvest season to prepare for the winter. I mean, now we have supermarkets. We can just go buy what we need. Back then, especially in this part of the world, it was much harder. So if you had a bountiful Thanksgiving celebrated on the fourth Thursday of November in the United States, dates back to 1621. That was the original one. The original year when the Pilgrims and Native Americans gathered to give thanks for a bountiful harvest, right? They came together, they gathered to give thanks, right, for a bountiful harvest, for a good harvest. Now, I already told you, gather is get together. So you gather, right? You come together. Do you gather on the dinner table? Do you gather in the dinner table? Do you gather for the dinner table? Or do you gather around the dinner table? Remember, it's very symbolic. Yeah, bountiful. Yeah, it means, of course, it can also, in some contexts, it can be very generous, right? So it means that you receive a lot. Fruitful, bountiful, right? It's, there is a lot, pretty much. A lot. So yeah, you can use it, right? If someone is very bountiful, then, now in this case, it is about the harvest, right? Abundant. But you can also use it as an adjective for someone who gives a lot, right? So a bountiful person, different context, it means generous, right? But when the term in the context of a harvest, it's large. Okay. Yes, good. So here, gather around the table, right? So you don't gather on the table because on means on top. So you don't sit on the table. you sit around the table. Okay, so that's the difference. So let's continue here. So we have our delicious food, Thanksgiving meal. Now in America, we have a few dishes that we have. I mean, of course, you can have pizza, burgers, but we typically have several dishes. Now, which dish isn't a Thanksgiving dish? I'm going to give you a few. All right. Stuffing. Okay. Pumpkin pie. Chicken. Or mashed potatoes. Which one is not a Thanksgiving meal? All right. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. So look at this. Look at this. So look at the pictures. If you see other things, you can also write them down. All right. You can also write down what you see, what other dishes are served. All right. So let's talk about this. 62% got it right. We don't have chicken for Thanksgiving. We have turkey. Trick question. Some people said, oh, well, it looks like a chicken, right? It's a bird. It's chicken. It's not chicken. It's turkey. Right. Irena, cranberry sauce. Correct. 1 point for you, Irena. So we have cranberry sauce. Now, the stuffing, 12% said, no, stuffing is not a Thanksgiving meal, but it is. The stuffing is that you put it inside of the turkey. And typically it's bread. So you dip the bread, pieces of bread, but celery and different things, and it expands. It expands, so it makes the turkey bigger. Right, so you want to get as much meat as possible. Now the stuffing, first of all, if you dip it or if it's wet, right, all that moisture goes to the meat, so that it's very high quality meat. But it also expands, and so that is a good thing, right? And that's stuffing. Pumpkin pie, we know it's apple pie or pumpkin pie because those are the fall specials. Apple, right? Everyone knows apples are a favorite fruit for the fall, but pumpkin as well. So pumpkin pie, apple pie, mashed potatoes, and gravy. Now, we also have ham. Some people like ham, some people don't like ham, but we also serve ham. In my family, we always had turkey and ham. Good. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, very nice. So many families gather around the dinner table to share a meal. Right? A lot of people say to eat a meal. Yes, it's eating, but you share a meal. That's a nice expression. Share a meal. Right. So you share a meal, and this meal features. So features means the meal includes turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and pumpkin pie. Right. So very, very good. Now, do you share, or do you share a meal, right, or a celebratory, let's do it like that, celebratory meal like Thanksgiving in your country? Yes or no? Do you have a holiday in your country where it's specifically to give thanks, or maybe for a harvest, a bountiful harvest season. Right now, I know you're going to say Christmas, but Christmas, it's connected, right? But we also have Christmas, and it's not a harvest season holiday. You're not celebrating the end of the harvest season. You're celebrating the birth of Christ. You're celebrating Advent. You're celebrating the end of the year. It's a different celebration. This is a holiday where we give thanks for what we have. So, Magdalena, it's mashed potatoes. All right. Exactly. Exactly. I create some of these pictures, Anastasia, and some of them I find them. Some of these I find. And some of them I create. It just depends, right? It just depends. So look at this happy, happy family. They're so happy. Why? Because they get to come and they are gathering around the dinner table. So 50% said yes, 50% said no, right? So a lot of people do. Not everyone, but many cultures do have similar traditions. Now, when you I love this picture, right? It's a picture that shows some hands, right? That and represents, right, a beneficial maybe favor, right, or gift you are grateful for, right? It's something that is it a present? Is it a gift? Right? Is it a letter? Or is it a blessing? This is something that you receive, right? It's a favor, it's a gift, it's good luck. It is. Oh, okay. So Lil, you don't have a Thanksgiving holiday, so you borrowed it. Okay, right. So it's you kind of have it as well in Romania. You borrowed it from the Americans. Okay, Anastasia, well, that's good. It's good to ask questions. Uranus, you celebrate the harvest of grapes. Ooh, and the first one. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. And Oktoberfest, right? Very similar, right? The end of the harvest season, right? Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's very nice. So here it's blessing. A blessing is something that you receive. It's a gift, right? If you believe in God, it's a blessing. It's something you get from God. But if you don't, if you are not religious, it can also mean good luck. Something good that you have. Now, what are some blessings that people get or people have? Yes, I do, Anastasia. I do believe in God. And so, yeah. So for me, blessings come from God. But I have some friends and some students who don't believe, and they think it's just luck, right? Everything is random, right? So a child is a blessing. That's right. Your kids are a blessing. That's right. Your health is a blessing, right? If you're healthy, some people are born unhealthy. And so if you're healthy, that's a blessing. If you're wealthy, if you have enough money, that's also a blessing, right? If you have a nice family, that's a blessing. Okay, well that's good, Carmen. You're very very open-minded. That's good. That's good. It's okay for you if other people believe. That's good. You are tolerant. That's a good thing. Discernment. Exactly, Anastasia. Very nice word. We learned that word here. All right. Every new day. Every day is a blessing from God. That's right, Sanya. Very nice sentence. So here, in America, we say, count your blessings. So when part of Thanksgiving is to dedicate a full day to count your blessings, to say, I am grateful, I am thankful for this and 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 this. And you make a list and you count them. It's a great exercise. If you do it, you will see some amazing results, right? Because it's gratitude. It's a very powerful thing. We're going to talk about this. So here, she is thinking or she is reflecting. Do you reflect about? Do you reflect on? Do you reflect in or do you reflect for? All right. So it comes from reflection, a reflection, right? You see yourself in a mirror and there's a reflection. But thinking also has a reflective quality because you think about something, so it kind of comes back to you. Your mind is like a mirror. And so you think about it and your thought or reality is reflected in your mind. So I live in Prague, Mr. Potato. I live in Prague, Mr. Potato. So you see, which one? Ooh, so Maria likes potatoes with butter, but not mushed. I need to show this one because I see this mistake a lot. And we can't have these mistakes, right? Because people say mush. It's not mush, it's mash with an A. So, all right, everyone, if you made this mistake, don't worry. I'm not angry. But people say this mush. It's not mush, guys. Don't worry, don't get scared. I'm not angry. But it's not a U, it's an A. Now, some people say smashed. It's not smashed. It's not smashed, guys. It's mashed without the S. Okay. So, good. Good, good. Okay, very interesting point of view, Anastasia. Very good. Very, very interesting point of view. Right, it's true. Well, this is an American tradition, but people all around the world are learning about it. So it's good to learn about other people's culture, JJ. You are absolutely right. Maria, can I pronounce it 2 words? Yes, mashed potatoes. Well, actually, there is a Prague, USA potato, but I live in Prague, Czech Republic. But I'm from America, but this is where I live. Like a lot of people live, they're from a country, but they live in a different one. It's very common nowadays. So here, reflect on, 50% got it right. You reflect on something. So here, do you feel gratitude? If you show it, if you say thank you, Do you feel gratitude? Do you tell gratitude? Do you express gratitude? Or do you manifest gratitude? So I lived actually in several cities. I was born in Houston, but I mostly lived in San Antonio. But I spent some time in the countryside. I spent some time all around the world, actually, in Mexico, Peru, Brazil, South Korea, Slovakia, Czech Republic, France, Germany, a little bit. So, I'm what they call a world burger. This holiday, the Thanksgiving holiday, encourages people to reflect on their blessings. So you need to count your blessings, but you also need to on your blessings and express gratitude. Say thank you, right? It's not just about feeling it, but expressing it. Now, there's a lot of ways to express it, depending on what you believe, right? But this holiday definitely encourages people to express gratitude, which is known to improve mental health and strengthen relationships. So, this is the secret that I got to tell you guys. I need to tell you the reality that, giving thanks is a very, very powerful tool. It's a very powerful tool. So JJ likes American coffee, but Italians don't like that. Italians believe that the only coffee that should be drunk is espresso. I understand. Thanksgiving had been proclaimed by Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, an American president, was proclaiming, have been proclaimed, or was proclaimed. So, which option? So this was in the middle of the Civil War in 1863. So before that, I told you the original one was in 1621, but it became an official holiday, US holiday, more than 200 years later, 242 years later to be exact. It was proclaimed. So in 1863, it became an official holiday, right? Some people say only an Americano, where you get an espresso shot with hot water. And everyone is very aggressive. Everyone has their strong opinion. You drink whichever one you like. And don't worry about others. If you like American coffee, JJ, drink it. Don't worry about all the Sicilians who are who are angry because you like to drink Americano, right? Don't worry about them. They can worry about themselves. So historically, Thanksgiving was proclaimed a national holiday by Abraham Lincoln during the Civil War to help the nation come together in unity. Right? So he wanted to create the sense of unity, to bring the country together. So he created a holiday. Sonia likes Turkish coffee. Common likes Irish coffee, right? The special one, the special kind of coffee. Only for adults, not for children. And, but yeah, everyone has their own preference. So this one, all right, here, do you know what this is called? So 5 points for the first person who writes it in the chat. Yes, well, that's true, JJ. People need to learn to be more tolerant, right? People need to learn to be more tolerant. They get angry, right? They yell at people who drink American coffee. They yell at them. But hey, everyone should be free to drink their coffee the way they want to drink it. So it is a parade. Very nice. Thanksgiving parade. Ooh, not really. Not really. Now, it's Macy's Day Parade. Macy's. So Macy's, that's a store in the US. Now, Macy's Day Parade. It's the parade, which is after Thanksgiving on Friday. It's a famous parade. Famous parade. Parades such as the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade have become a way to kick off the holiday season, featuring floats, marching bands, and giant balloons. Okay, so this is the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. Now, look at these happy people. Well, are they truly happy? That's the real question. Well, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow, you have a great lesson planned, and it's going to be about these people, right? So, Irish Parade, well, it might have started by the Irish in New York, yeah, but it's basically the department store, Macy's, and they organized it. They organized this parade, and now it's all over the country, the Macy's Day Parade. So, what do you see in the picture here? What are all these people doing? What are they doing? Why are they fighting for all of these things? Writing down what you're thankful for can be a simple yet powerful practice to boost psychological well-being and cultivate a positive mindset. Thanksgiving traditions often bring together generations of family members, offering an opportunity to reconnect and strengthen family ties, right? So you can build stronger families. And how do you do it? Well, you need to create these celebrations, right? So if everyone is watching Netflix in their room by themselves, you're not going to build a strong family that way. For some, the holiday is also a time to give back by volunteering at soup kitchens or donating to those in need. That's a big thing in America, right? Charity, right? So we do volunteering. We help people. Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, has grown into a shopping frenzy where people often stock up on holiday gifts. That lesson is for tomorrow, guys. It's a big day for shoppers. If you're not a shopper, then don't worry about it. But if you are a shopper and if you want to get the best deals, then you definitely need to come to that lesson. Okay, guys, if you are new and you want to join us every single day for these interactive, exclusive, intellectual